guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Xmas movie games. If you guys watched the last part, you'll know that this part is going to have some very fun fill-in-the-blank movie quotes. This is where Arnell's really got to dig deep. We learn easy with the emoji movies.
Just a little disclaimer, you guys are going to be seeing this in January, so don't judge us. Don't judge us.
Don't judge us. Some of these quotes are from... So there's 3. I'm being nice to you. There's 3 quotes.
Okay, thank God. Because that other one was like, it wasn't hard, but it was hard.
I don't know. You got the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory really quickly, so
that's true.
I thought,
but I was very unsure of myself. I'd say that.
So, this is your first movie quote. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is blank for all to hear. You gotta guess?
It's not ringing any bells.
Do you know what movie it's from?
No.
Let me give you a hint.
Okay.
Santa! It's Santa! You don't
I love how you were like, and I'm like,
Will Ferrell.
Elf. Okay, Elf. I know the movie, but like,
this is the one he says when he needs to help Santa Claus with the sleigh. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is blank for all to hear. How do they make Christmas cheer go up in the movie?
Making presents?
The ending of the movie. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. What am I doing?
Singing carols?
It's singing.
Oh, girl. You know how long since I've watched
We're going to go ahead and say I think Arnell failed this one.
Failure. Girl, I haven't watched Elf since like high school. Y'all, I've been out of high school for like over 10 years. I don't know anything about this.
She's not functional at all. She can't quote the Elf movie.
At all. I'm not functional at all. I'm barely functioning.
So the full quote is, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing for all to hear. So that's, like the end of the movie starts off like
cheesy.
You better watch out. You better not cry. And then everyone's singing. And then that gives Santa Claus the power to get the sleigh going.
Oh, see, I don't remember. I only remember him walking around in that too tight outfit.
All right. Mm-hmm. So the vocabulary for this movie is cheer, which means to have happiness and positivity, which honestly describes Buddy the Elf. I love.
That's true, but also to like his detriment, because like he was real. Like, hello, is this thing on? Like real foolish.
If you see gum on the rails in the subway, that is not free candy.
But also, like, what can we expect from him? Like, he was dropped off as a baby and raised by elves.
Just pure innocence.
Yeah.
All right, ready for number 2? So this is callback.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think you got this.
I'm glad this is only 3 because I don't know any of these names.
I'm going to give you a hint. This is a callback to part 1.
Okay.
Christmas. The quote is, "Merry Christmas, ya filthy blank."
Oh, I know this one. I know this one.
What is it?
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yes, which is ironic, because this is from Home Alone, right? But I'm pretty sure this was from a whole different movie too.
I think they is it The Godfather? Like, I can't remember the movie he was watching, because remember he was also imitating a movie in the movie, and that's where he got the line from.
Hold on. Actual movie. Oh, Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animals, not from an actual movie, but from the fictional gangster film Angels with Even Filthier Souls, which was created specifically for the 1992 movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Wow. Yeah, see, I remember the second one way more than the first one because the second one is when like came out later on when we got older, right? So I remember the second one more.
Oh, that's funny. So Angels with Filthy Souls was the first one, and then the sequel was Angels with Even Filthier Souls was in the second one.
The writers was unserious.
Okay, so then that one. So yeah, Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal was from the second movie, and I think is Keep the Change, You Filthy Animal was in the original Home Alone.
Was it? I think we remember the second one way more. Like they had more iconic lines for us.
It was just so iconic. But yes. So the vocabulary for this one is filthy, which just means you're very dirty.
Very.
Very dirty. Go very take dirty. A shower. Yeah, nasty.
Not you nasty. Really throwing it back to Raven. You nasty.
Nasty. That video. You nasty.
Yeah, I'm plugging it right here.
I heard that you nasty. You nasty. You little nasty. Little nasty.
I love Raven.
This one might be a little bit hard. This one definitely was not a callback. But I would like to think this is a pretty famous Christmas movie. The quote is, "Seeing isn't believing. Believing is blank."
I'm just glad I got one right because I don't know. I need a hint. Give me a hint.
It's from the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna get that.
What? You didn't watch Santa Claus? Like Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3? Like they were like on all the VHSs back in the day. It's like, okay, so the first one, his Santa Claus falls off his roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
He puts on the suit, Charlie, his son, him and his son like go and like deliver all the presents and then go to the North Pole. Then he finds out he is now Santa Claus because he put on the suit. Bernard the elf.
Girl, no.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna watch this and be like, how did I know this?
Okay. I feel like maybe I watched it, but like as a child, and now I don't remember it.
The ironic part is I just watched this movie last night.
See, this is why it's fresh in your mind. This is unfair. Okay, like, I did not prepare for this.
the little, oh god, what's the elf girl's name? But she was like, they were struggling with believing, right? They said, seeing isn't believing. Believing is kind of stupid if I think about the actual line. It's just like basically a flip-flop. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing.
What? That makes sense.
It's kind of stupid. No vocab because this one is believing and seeing, and they're both like words that mean what they are.
Yeah.
Seeing is I'm seeing you, and believing is to not maybe see, but to trust you.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like faith.
Faith.
It could be like
you gotta have faith. What's that from?
Yeah, George Michael.
There we go. See, one of us knows.
See, like if it's music, I'll probably know. But like some of these movies, I don't know. It depends.
All right. Are you ready?
Wait, there's another one?
No. So we're gonna talk about the holiday movie drama.
Ooh, okay. Let me just.
So we're finally on to the drama.
Get my tea.
Wait for your sip. I don't have any left. I'm lying to you all. I finished my coffee already.
Okay. See, you didn't have to break the fourth wall.
I did. I broke the fourth wall. Okay.
Y'all, we've been sitting here for a long time. It's been like an hour.
So, we love drama, and it's real story drama. So, the first drama is actually, this one's interesting. I didn't know this. Home Alone almost got canceled.
Really? What the heck?
Yes.
Why?
So the studio actually canceled the movie during the production of the film. But apparently another studio had secretly saved the film, which is why it eventually got released.
What was the studio?
I can't remember. Let me look it up. Home Alone almost got canceled.
That's really crazy though, because I'm sure that first studio is kicking themselves because do you know how much Home Alone made?
Oh, so Warner Bros. Canceled Home Alone because they didn't want to spend $14.7 million on it, whereas 21st Century Fox then continued the production, and the film grossed actually $476 million worldwide. So basically, Warner Bros. Dropped the ball and lost out on a really great money-making opportunity. Which, mind you, this is back in the 1990s. Like,
exactly, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money from back then. So they could have been like rolling in it. So 21st Century, they were like, haha, got one over you. But yeah, no, it really wouldn't be Christmas without Home Alone.
Yeah, like that's the first thing I think of when it comes to Christmas movies. Iconic.
This one you might know because if you're like big into How the Grinch Stole Christmas, this might be like a topic you actually know about. But apparently the makeup to transform Jim Carrey into the Grinch was absolute torture. Like he went through this for us, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I heard about this one. Like hours in the makeup chair.
8 hours every day.
Every day. That's crazy work.
And then it was so stressful because imagine like
but he looked great.
All of that.
Like they did their thing. Mind you, this is like when did this movie come out?
2001, I think.
Yeah. Like they made him look good. Like unrecognizable.
But like I guess the makeup was so uncomfortable that it really put a lot of stress on him because he's basically in a fursuit the whole day.
Yeah.
With that, like the prosthetics on top.
Yeah, and I don't even like to be in the seat doing my hair that long, let alone get furry stuff put all over you.
No, I couldn't even sit still that long. I don't even like putting my makeup on now. Imagine how he handled that. Ready for the third drama. This one was interesting.
Yes, I am ready.
So apparently the elf was the movie was going to have a very dark script. So originally the movie's script was a lot more adult centered.
Really?
But apparently,
so what kind of things were they gonna have in there? Like,
that's
is people gonna be committing suicide or something? Or like dark, like how?
Let me see. So okay, there we go. So the original script for the movie Elf was darker, intended for a different tone before director Jon Favreau rewrote it to be the family-friendly PG movie it is today. The initial 1993 script, which was considered for Jim Carrey, had a more sinister edge, whereas Favreau rewrote and transformed it into the comedy with Will Ferrell. So initial concept was in 1993, a lot more darker, but then the director was like, this doesn't really fit Will Ferrell, so let's make it more PG. And so he turned it more into the goofy, family-friendly classic that we see today. I wonder what they just keep saying it was
right. Like it's probably like Will Ferrell's character is probably gonna be a menace, just out here kicking babies and snatching toys.
I'm trying to see
what how dark could it possibly be? Like maybe they're trying to like remake, like kind of like the Grinch, since Jim Carrey was originally thought to do that character.
I'm trying to figure out what it was gonna be. Huh. All right, the original script for Elf was much darker.
But they're being very vague about the darkness. Well, also it makes sense because usually these big studios don't really like to make those kinds of movies. They feel like it's not going to be as marketable.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's the original script was going to be a lot more darker than it was, which But Jim Carrey, I can't imagine that also would have worked out because he's much more like I think he could take on serious roles, of course. But the next one's interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen Love Actually. I have never seen it, but apparently it had 14 different storylines.
14?
More than the ones that were already on the screen. They were going to put 14 of them.
I feel like I may have watched Love Actually, but it's been a long time, so I don't really remember.
Apparently, it made the movie 3 hours long if they had kept it. So they actually cut quite a few. So I guess there's a whole movie out there with 14 different storylines.
So like they filmed all those scenes.
Sounds like it. Let me look it up. I wonder if there is a director's cut out there.
Sounds like hell. Sometimes these directors are doing too much. It's just they have all these ideas and it's overloading their brain.
Oh, so yeah, it looks like they did cut some before filming, but also for editing too.
Oh, wow.
So the 14 stories included the 9 that made it to the final cut, plus a plot line about a same-sex couple and a story about a Kenyan couple. So we got the 9 main, and the 2 storylines that were ultimately cut from the film were a lesbian couple storyline, where one of the partners is dying, and then a storyline featuring a Kenyan couple who were able to find love despite facing hardship.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay, we could have done that with like.
We're talking about like 2000. Was it 2003?
They weren't ready.
At all.
Nope.
I mean, we gotta take that into account.
But I wonder if they filmed it. I wish they would release it with that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But they weren't woke enough, I guess. All right. And then that is the end of our part 2 plus the movie drama for our Xmas movie games. Or I guess it's technically a holiday festive movie.
Yeah. We'll say holiday, winter movie games.
I mean, you guys can still enjoy Christmas movies in January. No one's stopping you.
Yeah, you guys have free will. It's okay.
Do what you want.
Or you could, put these on your list for next year.
Exactly. If you have not seen some of these movies and are inspired to watch them next year, put them on your to-be watch list. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube. Go to our website. Check out our Spotify podcast. If you don't have Spotify, that's okay. Check out our website. We have the podcast episodes on there. But also, if you like to look at our faces and think, wow, these women are the prettiest people I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, no, it's going to stop me to watch the video. Thanks for joining us. We shall see you next time.
And Happy New Year.
Oh, and Happy New Year. I hope you have a good whatever holiday you celebrate in December. We're not biased about whichever one you guys decide to do. And Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2026. Another year older, another year wiser, a year closer to the end. Oh.
Okay, we're getting dark. We're getting morbid.
We're getting that Grinch. We're getting that Grinch.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.